Hi guys, this is Abhijit with Digit, and in this episode we'll be talking to Mr. Marcel Campos, who's the marketing director of Asus India and also South America. So my first question to you, a lot of our viewers have been asking us, how do you pronounce Asus? Is it Asus or is it Asus? What do you call it?
Well, we call Asus. That's the right pronouncing. Asus.
Asus.
Yes,
Okay,
Asus.
okay. Cool.
But it's funny, right? Because in other parts of the world, we try to put this Asus
Okay.
like equally.
Yeah.
But like in Brazil, we say Asus.
Okay.
This is Brazil, like in Portuguese.
Okay.
In many other places, they say in different ways. We try to drive everyone to say Asus, but when it's not English-speaking country,
Yeah. The
so we
pronunciation
cannot,
goes,
we cannot do it like
Yeah.
force people to say different ways. If they say the way is better for them.
So the correct one is Asus.
The correct one for English-speaking countries is Asus.
Okay. So with that away, let's get to the ZenFone brand. Why so many ZenFone products are there around? So there's smartwatches, there's phones, there's tablets, everything. So what goes on in like, coming up with a device that should go under the ZenFone category?
Okay, why everything is Zen?
Yeah.
Because we are a Zen company. That's very easy question, right?
Okay.
Very easy answer. Actually, we start with Zen. I guess the first product with Zen was ZenBook,
Yeah.
at least the one I remember. And inside Asus at the time, we have a lot of questions and a lot of inquiries internally and complaints about the name of the products we have, especially on notebooks. Because our notebooks at that time are only numbers and letters, you know, like K47 or X44 or you name it, you know. And we decided we're having this fight already internally and having the discussions internally that we should have a product with name because our competitors have products with name. And then Johnny comes with the name of the ZenBook.
Okay.
And that was the first product with a name inside Asus, you know. And after that, they saw how powerful is the name in a product. And they say, okay, so our product should have names, not numbers and letters only, so consumers understand better and can, you know, identify better which is from Asus or not. And in the beginning, the Zen family, there's a lot of criteria they have to follow to become Zen.
Okay.
And when we start the ZenFone, this started to change. Because we noticed that those criteria make sense but should not be so rigid, so specific. And ZenFone becomes like a lineup of phones. So whatever is a ZenFone is a phone from Asus. So that's the idea why we have so many ZenFones.
Okay. The ZenFone is an international brand. It's there all over the world. What difference have you seen with the acceptance in the international market or maybe the South American market that you are responsible for, and also the Indian market?
Well, there's many differences between South America, Brazil,
Okay.
where I come from, and also India. Actually, some similarities and a lot of things different. Some similarities, we're still dealing with people, right? When it comes to marketing mainly, which is the area I'm responsible for, it's people. So we need to figure out what people want or how they react to the things we do. So then we can plan a marketing plan that will reach people's minds and get inside and say, hey, we have something that is good for you. That is pretty much the same. The process is very similar, but how to do it is quite different.
Okay.
It's more related to the cultural things you have in each country, and sometimes even inside the country in different states, than something you can do just by the product.
Yeah.
For sure, when you look for the ZenFone line, which is, as you mentioned, is an international brand, we have products for everyone. We're not a company that do one product for all. We have different products with different proposals. So if you look like ZenFone Max, which is the max battery you can have, or ZenFone Selfie, the best smartphone for selfies, or we have ZenFone 2, which is the best performance smartphone in the market. And now we have ZenFone Zoom, which is the best phone for cameras we can do. So the names also make it easier to everyone to understand which products made for.
So according to you, you would prefer like catching up a certain subset of the use case. Like for camera, we'll build the best ZenFone. For a selfie, we'll build the best ZenFone according to that. So, are you?
It's like shoes, right?
Yeah.
You have shoes to run.
Yeah.
You have shoes to walk on the streets. You have shoes that you can wear like casually. You have shoes for hiking. You have different kind of shoes for different circumstances.
Yeah.
I think that for smartphones, it's not like shoes, but it's very similar the concept that whatever you need a different kind of shoe for a different kind of terrain, whatever you need a different kind of phone because you use more for a different kind of usage in your daily basis, we can provide to you.
Okay. So if you are planning on building the next smartphone, would you still consider building it under a use case or maybe go for a flagship device which would be good on all the fronts? Like something similar to the S7s or the iPhone 6s?
Your question is if we change?
Not change, so a flagship, so which would have the most high-end product. So not just the best camera, but
Yes.
the best phone.
Yes, it's like, if you look, like our flagship was ZenFone 2 when it launched.
Yeah.
Was the most powerful product we could do at the best affordable price.
Yeah.
So we put together the parts that make sense to make a very powerful smartphone, but also we choose other parts to don't make the product so costly. So if you want performance, we have it. So that was the idea for our flagship. So ZenFone 2 was our flagship 1 year ago. So now I think we are in a different moment because we have a full lineup, a whole family of products. And those family, now they find the people that love them.
Yeah.
Right? So we have certain part of the population that love to take selfies. So the selfie is the best for that, and some people love it. So for sure, they want to see the next selfie. As the same for Zoom.
Exactly, yeah.
For those who love the Zoom, they want to see the next Zoom. For those who love the performance of ZenFone 2, they want to see the ZenFone 3, which is the next one probably, and so on and so forth. So this is like the next generation we approach for sure. We're gonna replace new products, keeping those products that work because we know some people really like those specific kind of features.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the ZenFone for a selfie, then best cameras. Any new trend that you're planning for? Like any particular use case? A new one?
For the new one?
For the new ZenFone.
Oh, there's many things on the new ZenFones. I cannot tell you.
Yeah.
It's all secret, right? If I tell you, I have to kill you. But okay, not ZenFone only, but I guess any flagship from any brand in 2016, if you launch a new product, some stuff this product has to have.
Yeah.
It's a flagship, right? Should have more than 13 megapixel camera, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Should have a better processor
Yeah.
or faster processor, whatever is available. Should have at least 4 gig RAM. Should have the fingerprint sensor, and also should comes with Android 6, which is Marshmallow. So if some of those, if you're launching a product in 2016 and any of those are missing, something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a flagship product.
Yeah. It won't be a flagship.
And that's the point,
Yeah.
you know? So if you are talking about what we should expect for 2016, well, not only from Asus, but I guess for any brand that are doing a good job, is to deliver these kind of things. And I believe those kind of things will be present in any flagship, ours probably.
So I'll rephrase my previous question to what is the kind of data that you look at? When did you decide that yes, we need to have a phone focused to a selfie? We need a phone which has to have the best battery life or the biggest battery capacity. So what are those trends that you look at?
Again, it starts with people, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the people needs. So we identify needs on people. If we put it, we can do one smartphone that can have it all. We can.
Yeah.
We can do a phone that has the best battery, the best camera, the best this and best that. What is the price?
It shoots up.
It goes up because
Yeah.
you are putting ingredients, right? Those ingredients are quite expensive if you put all together. But then you come back to the table and you come back to the drawing table and then you look what you have. So, okay, so someone that really wants a battery to last 2 days or more. What they really need in this product, what kind of people is looking for this product that has more a lot of more battery, like the case of the ZenFone Max. So we deliver a very nice processor, a quad-core processor, an HD display, a 5.5 inch, and 5,000 mAh battery. So also we included that the power bank possibility for the ZenFone Max. So we study the people that want to have more battery and what they are looking for in this kind of product. And the same for the selfie. People who love to take selfies, they want a very powerful front camera, and they want the flash on the front side, right? So we create that, but because that cameras are quite expensive, so we need to decrease something. So we don't put the best processor available because they're quite expensive. We put a very good octa-core processor, and we put a full HD screen. Why? Because who are taking selfies in full HD, so they want to see full HD. And we have available in some countries with 3 gig, in other countries with 2 gig, because it's the enough run you can have. And 32 gig is the most important storage you can have, right?
Yeah, so 16 should be completely.
Yeah, so
digital.
16 makes no sense for selfie, right? If you're gonna take selfies, you're gonna fill it up quite easily.
Yeah.
But even though we can put like the SD card, so we make it available. And who are taking selfies want to share right away, so we put that on the product that has dual 4G in both SIDs. So, but even though it's plastic, because if we put metal, it's gonna be too expensive, and so on and so forth. No, if I put 4 gig RAM, it will be too expensive. If we put a bigger or better processor than already has, it will be more expensive. So there is a limit in terms of when you are constructing a product to fit people's needs, that you have to respect. You don't make a product that is too expensive and then they cannot buy it. They want it, but they cannot buy it because it's too expensive. So you have to respect this balance between cost and need.
So are you saying that we won't be looking for, we won't be seeing a product, like a flagship product from Asus which will have everything? Rather, we'll have better phones which are more use case based.
I think the tendency in technology is always to evolve.
Yeah.
The evolution is inevitable. It's gonna happen anyway. Yes, we're gonna see phones from Asus on the flagship. They are very, very complete, more and more.
Yeah.
But if you want 13 megapixel in the front camera, this belongs to a selfie. You don't need to have that for all smartphones, right? And so on and so forth. If you want to have 5,000 mAh battery, you don't need 5,000 mAh battery for all phones.
Yeah.
For sure, we're going to improve everything we have today. ZenFone 2 for the next ZenFone, let's say ZenFone 3, let's call it like this, it's going to be much better, for sure.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean we'll have 13 megapixel camera or 5,000 mAh battery, because we have different products for different needs of different people.
You have smartwatches also, tablets also. Are you planning to enter the VR headset division?
Oh, the VR.
Yeah.
VR is quite nice, right?
Yeah. So yeah, everyone's going crazy for it.
Yeah, I think like it's quite funny, right? When you look to the smartphones, they are like a Swiss knife, right?
Yeah, they have
everything.
Everything, yeah.
And when you look to smartphones, they are being used to do the VR. Why? They have everything you need for a VR.
They have the capability, yeah.
They have a full HD screen, sometimes more. They have enough RAM and processor to run those applications. They have audio if you need it. They are slim,
Yeah.
thin, and light enough to be able to fit somewhere else. So just a matter of adapter, right?
Yeah.
So that's what others are doing. That's what something that anyone can do it, since you do a smartphone. So again, like when you look for the VR, the most important thing about the VR is the Oculus, right? The Googles. And that's not something new you can do with paper like Google does with the cardboard.
Yeah.
It's just a matter if you want to improve this experience and make it more complete, so the Googles should be more complete, and also the audio should be improved, so you can have a better experience.
Yeah.
So, yes, if you want to do that, we're gonna do. But if you're gonna do or not, or how we're gonna do, there's a surprise.
So again, if you see a use case again coming up that your customers want a VR headset, so you would go to...
Definitely. We are always open to develop any new product that customers want. If that's a trend in the market, we are open to think about it, study, and check the possibilities to do it. But to be honest, talking about VR, anyone can have today at home. Just use your own smartphone.
Yeah. So in the competitive budget segment, other smartphone manufacturers have completely flooded the market now, currently, the Indian market especially. So how are you dealing with that, with so much competition coming in?
But there is always competition
Yeah.
everywhere. That's good. We love to be part of the competition.
Yeah.
We love the fight. We are warriors, right?
Yeah.
We're not this kind of company that run away from the fight. We like to face the fight. Competition is good for the market, it's good for consumers, it's good for the countries, and it's good for us because it makes us even better.
Yeah.
So every time we see competitors doing better than we are doing, because that happens sometimes, we run to catch them and surpass them. No matter if it's product, sales, supply chain, or marketing.
Yeah.
That's our job, that's why we are here, that's why I work here, to make it better than competitors.
And so the pad phone category has been a little like worn out. So any new products coming under that line?
Pad phone was a very good product,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
On the time it appears for the first time, everybody say, whoa, that's quite different than
Yeah.
other thing, I want that, so two problems. I think it's still very interesting product. The concept of the product is still very interesting. But also I look at the market how it is, and we see that what pad phone delivers in the past, today with a 6-inch phone, people get it somehow. Applications are more easy to use for smaller screens. At the same time, the smartphones got bigger screens.
Yeah.
So both things are working together to say, oh, maybe I don't need a 10-inch tablet. Maybe a 6-inch smartphone is enough.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. So people are getting used to this concept, and they are adopting this concept to have just one device with them all the time,
Yeah.
not 3 devices or 4 devices. I think that if you talk about the PC business and notebook, yes, I think we still need notebooks because they are very good in productivity. The keyboard and the performance and Windows, this is still very, very unique.
Yeah.
We cannot translate that so easily to the smartphones. Some transitions happen. Some things you used to do on the notebook or PC based,
But now
you are doing already
yeah,
on
the
the smartphone. There's still a lot of things you cannot do in smartphone that PC can do solely. So, yes, I'd like to have more pad phones, but if consumers are trending to be more on the smartphones, we do a better smartphone for them.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense anyway. So is there an R&D division at Asus that develops new technology for maybe, say, a better battery, not just the lithium-ion ones that are currently available?
Yeah, like we have a lot of people on research and development. You know, I think the last number I have, we are something around 18,000 people in the world, and around 6,000 are R&D.
Okay. That's a big number, yeah.
Because we don't have factories, so we have a big number, right? We always third party. We join with a lot of providers. Inside Asus, we have different kinds of R&D. There's R&D for battery, there's R&D for camera, there's R&D for screen, there's R&D, so we have those groups. And they understand in deep what is available in the market and what can be changed, and if we need to develop something, we co-work with someone or develop by ourselves.
Okay.
Our core competence is on the motherboards, right? Since the beginning. So every motherboard,
PC design.
yes, every motherboard inside any of our products are made by us, are designed by us. And this is our core competence, because if you look to any product, they still need the motherboard, and the smaller it is, better it is. But if you look to the ZenFone Zoom, we had to co-develop with Hoya a totally new camera. The pair of lens and the way we did, it's totally new. If you look to other products we have, sometimes we develop more on the software. Like, let's say, ZenFone 2, we put a lot of things on that in terms of camera. There's also on the software, not only on the camera. We have the blue filter on the ZenFone 2. This is something we add, you know. At the same time, on the software, we have algorithms that we develop by our own.
Okay.
So there's software development too.
So over the ZenFone UI.
Yes, to have better pictures. better colors, better color matching. The other thing we also do is like on the screen, we have this TrueV technology that we remove one part of the glass, put in the touch on the front glass.
Okay.
So this is something we developed together with the panel provider.
Okay.
So yes, we develop new technologies with current providers. So we work in both sides. We can do our own, or we can work together with someone else to make something better.
Okay. So looking at the future, everything has gone mobile, everything is going into mobile now. What are the new trends that you see coming in India?
In India?
Yeah.
Well, I think India is still evolving on the smartphones, right? If you look to the total numbers, the population you have,
Density.
how much smartphones is being sold in the country, and how much feature phones is still being sold in the country. So it's still, I think it's still in transition in terms of total population available, total market available. How much will transition to smartphone? Because still have a lot on the feature phone.
Yeah.
So it's a transition time. On the other hand, you have a very good volume of people already with smartphones and they are switching to new ones.
Yeah. They were
So
the best ones.
India is quite unique. You have both worlds together. So it's a double challenge. Bringing new guys to the smartphone with 3G or 4G already, they can do this jump. And convince those who has already experience with smartphone to buy our products because we have good products for them. So we have to work on both sides. The first time buyer of a smartphone and the switcher. This one that is switching to a new smartphone. So both sides are complex. I don't see too much of that in other parts of the world, but I see a lot here in India.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest potential about this double meaning smartphone marketing. You still have a lot of first time buyer and you still have a lot of switchers. So it's very different from the rest of the world in this sense. And I think this is something that will change a lot in the next 5 years.
Okay. So with the first time users, are you planning a budget phone under the 5K segment?
We are always analyzing, right? One thing we will not do is do a very cheap phone that don't have a quality enough to deliver.
Okay.
We deliver quality no matter what. You know, so if we can deliver quality under this price, we're gonna have it. If we see going to this price, we have to open hand of the quality, we will not do it. We'd rather not do it.
Okay.
So it's pretty much about the quality we can deliver. We will not sacrifice quality to have volume.
Okay. So yeah, that would be all. So thank you for talking to us.
Really? Fast.